Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I will bring you this look, a very brightly coloured, graphic, linery, sort of everything kind of going on festival look. I have done a previous festival look before, also using these liners. These are the Suva Beauty Hydra liners. They are UV, they glow in the dark. I will link that video up somewhere up here, and if I do have a video of this eye look, which I have done before, and I wore it out, if I have a video of it working under the UV lights, I will try to insert that here so you get the full effect. So in this video, I'm going to be talking you through how I get this look, and I'm going to try and start doing more sort of chit-chat talk through videos rather than the ones with the voiceovers, because they take a lot longer for me to edit and I feel like I'm not getting out as much content as I would like to because I'm taking so much time. So I know that sometimes my talk through videos can be very long because I like to waffle a bit. I just like to make sure you guys get all the information, but I feel like that is something that comes with practice, just learning what I need to say and what I don't really need to be saying to try and make those videos not as long. So I'm just going to be working on that for you guys, so bear with me. I am trying. Of course, if you have any constructive feedback for me, I would love to hear it, so please do not hesitate to leave a comment down below and let me know what you think I can be doing to make my videos even better. But on the topic of me waffling, let me stop doing that and just jump right into the video. Okay, so I'm starting straight off with the liner, no eye primer or anything like that. Because it's liner, you don't really need to, but if you do have particularly oily eyelids, I guess you could set it with some powder. So I'm going in with the pink shade. This is called Scrunchie, and I'm using a paintbrush that you just get in a craft shop, and I'm just going to start with a pretty huge wing, pointing quite upwards. This is not going to start perfectly, it's not going to look perfectly opaque. I'm just sort of getting my outline. Once I have the shape all down, then I'm going to go back over with a second layer for opacity. I don't really know why this is looking orange on camera, but it's definitely pink in real life. Anyway, so for the next part, as you can see, like I've done on this eye, I'm going to go into my crease. So I did a similar look in my last video, which I will link somewhere. So basically I'm keeping my eye open so that I can get the line above my crease. Then once I have it, I can look down and begin mapping out the crease shape, bringing it down and connecting it with the tail of that wing, and then bringing that into the inner corner. So now for the double wing at the bottom, I'm going to start right at the outer corner of my eye and bring it parallel to where the second wing is, sort of crossing over the edge. This never comes out perfectly, and going back from the inner corner. Actually no, I'm going to start at the outer corner of this wing and then drag it back. This is an awkward part of the eye to draw a wing on, so it always does go a little bit dodgy, so it takes a bit of finessing to get it to look half decent. So I'm not too happy with how the bottom of that wing is looking, and so because these eyeliners are water activated, they are so easy to remove, so I'm just going to take a quick wipe and pretty much remove like half of that wing and remove all of my highlighter in the process. But that's slightly better. I think I can work with that a bit more now. Okay, so once I'd cleaned up that line and the paint was dry, I quickly just went in with a second layer to make it fully opaque, even though it still looks orange on camera and I don't understand why. But as you can see, my lines are not exactly perfect. The wings don't come out to a perfect point how I would like them to, but I wasn't too worried about that because as you can see on this eye, I've just gone back in with another liner and outlined all of it to make sure that the lines look nice and sharp and defined. So both the wings are on, they are not entirely even, but we digress. The next Hydra liner I'm going in with is Acid Trip. This is actually orange. So I'm literally just taking 2 sprays or so of water in the same brush. I've just cleaned it off on a wipe quickly, just mixing it up till I get the right consistency. Then we can start going ham with dots. Now obviously you can just use the same brush to do your dots, but I actually like to use one of these nail dotting tools because they come with the 2 sides. So I start with like larger dots and then go over with sort of layers of smaller dots. I feel like it just gives it a nicer effect But going in with the brush works exactly the same too, and using the dotting tool, you literally just press it right in the exact same way. Make sure the whole tip is coated, and then I'm just going to start at the inner corner and just sort of go for it. I'm going up, sort of following the natural curve of my eyebrow all the way out to the end. The only problem there that I always get a little bit too much and then the dots kind of blur together, but it's okay. It will look fine in the end. I'm also going to bring it down a little bit under the eye just to cover up the fact that I am not wearing concealer. Okay, so now doing the exact same with the yellow liner. This is called Dance Party, and I will say that when you're doing the dots, you want to make the liner a slightly thicker consistency than when you're applying your wing, just because it sort of stops the dots running into each other if they're too watery. I mean, it doesn't really matter if they do a little bit because they're supposed to be kind of jumbled and it adds to the effect. But to get nice sort of round defined dots, you do want to make the paint a slightly thicker consistency. So now going back and not with the orange, but on the smaller side of the dotting tool, and I'm going to start applying random dots there. But make sure that you're not, or rather be careful not to sort of apply orange dots over orange dots, otherwise you won't see them. So what I'm trying to do is apply them strategically sort of on the corners of the yellow dots, so it starts to create that layered effect. And I will say that this is definitely one of those looks that looks worse before it looks better, so just bear with. And you probably will have to do this a couple more times with different layers just until you get the sort of effect that you want. Okay, so now I have my layers how I want them and they're all dry. I'm just taking this gold glitter liner and just adding a final layer of random dots. I just find that the addition of that tiny little sparkle sort of not brings it to life or makes it stand out anymore, because obviously this look is already pretty standout, but it sort of makes it a bit more 3D, like it catches the light a bit better. I don't know. I just like glitter. It's just an excuse to use glitter, to be honest. And just for an extra added bit of extra, I thought I might just apply a little gem to my under eye. So I have a tiny bit of lash glue, literally just here, that I put on. That is just getting tacky, and I've got the gem on my finger. I'm just going to press it on. Ah! And it's stuck. Yes! That gem was literally just like a nail art gem that I got in a pack online. I like to just use those kind of gems because I feel like they're small enough to add a nice accent to the eye, but they're not so big as like actual face gems that you can buy, that they sort of overpower the eye look. To keep attention focused on the eyes, I'm literally just adding a bit of gloss to the lips, and that's pretty much the finished look. So that is it for the end of the video, guys. We got there in the end because I'm with you guys. I know at one point this was looking like such trash, and I know you were probably thinking, is she so crazy? I don't know how she's gonna fix this because this looks like crap. But we got there in the end, and I think it looks pretty goddamn good. And since it's liner, it's gonna stay in place, okay? So if someone tries to come for you at that festival, pours beer on you, pours wine on you, this not gonna move, so you are Gucci. Plus, you know, the whole glow in the dark thing is pretty cool too. But I just think this is a little bit fun, a little bit different. The gem part is a little bit optional because obviously there is still a lot going on without it. But, you know, if you did enjoy this look and you do decide to recreate it, then please let me know by posting a picture on social media and tagging me. All my social medias will be listed down below. And make sure you like this video, comment down below if you did like it, and also subscribe to the channel. That is important. And I'll see you in the next one.